Hi everybody, it's Judge Cal. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Thanksgiving to all our American friends. We don't celebrate it here in England, but I thought I should share some Reddit stories about Thanksgiving. So yeah, let's get into it. Story 1. Am I the a-hole for telling my family not to show up at my house for Thanksgiving? I have been cooking the majority of the Thanksgiving meal for over 10 years now. While I still get help from my sister and my mum, I do 75% of the cooking. Ever since I was little, we hosted Thanksgiving at my house. All of my father's side of the family comes to our house, and my one aunt's family on my mum's side comes sometimes. We have a fairly big family, so there needs to be enough food for about 30 people. As I got older, I became more aware of how unequal the division of labour is. Not only does my family host the meal, but the out-of-state family sleeps over at our house during the holiday weekend, and we provide the majority of the food, while my maternal aunt's family always brings a couple of dishes. There were years where none of the families on my father's side of the family brought any food to contribute. When we asked them to bring a dish, they would bring the easiest thing: a case of beer, a store-bought pie, or instant mashed potatoes. When we make comments about this, my dad's side of the family just replies, "Well, you guys are such good cooks, of course we're going to eat your food." Or simply, "Well, I brought beer." For context, we are not the wealthiest family unit in our extended family, and all of my father's siblings have big enough houses to host. Given the cost and labour of doing all of this, we asked our dad to talk to his siblings to share some of the load, but he just huffs that he asked them to, but they didn't follow through. Even on years when we announced that we're doing Thanksgiving by ourselves, we still receive texts asking when dinner is, or a text asking when to show up. In addition to just showing up, they also demand to split the leftovers evenly. My dad recently indicated that since he's the oldest sibling, he feels like he has to host, and that aligns to our culture. I asked him if he's going to enforce the part of our culture which dictates that once I get married, I'm supposed to spend the majority of my time with my husband's family, leaving them screwed since I do most of the cooking. He didn't answer. Some of my aunts and uncles joked about how they're going to go to my house in the future for the holidays because they love my food. I made it very clear to them that I do not invite them to my house for Thanksgiving. I'm not letting them in even if they show up at the door. They keep making comments like, "Wow, you're just going to leave your family out on the streets during the holidays?" And I said, "Yes, I'm going to lock my doors and I will not open them for you." They all became very angry and complained to my dad about how I'm awful and I don't care about family. I love my family, but I am just tired of doing the majority of the work. So am I the a-hole for telling my family not to show up at my house for Thanksgiving? I mean, come on. What do you guys think? This is a hypothetical situation. She's not married. She doesn't have a house. But why are they so angry? Freeloaders. What drama happens in your family during Thanksgiving? Share below and we'll go straight into the next story. This next one has got a mini update and I think it's quite juicy. So tell me what you guys think. Anyway, here we go. Am I the a-hole for hosting my own Thanksgiving after my daughter-in-law didn't invite me to hers? I came here for another opinion. My daughter-in-law does not like me. My son got her pregnant in college and I told him to get a paternity test since he was not exclusive with her and she wasn't either. He told me she was seeing other people. He did not, and he did, and he is the father. The first time I met her, she told me it was not a pleasure to meet the person who thinks she's a how. Never called her that. I tried to explain, but got cut off by my son. Me and him had a conversation and he told me to drop it. Shotgun wedding and 1 kid later, our relationship is really strained. I see her at family events, but that really is it. I have been blown off so many times for inviting them out that I don't anymore. I have accepted that I won't be a strong presence in their lives or my grandchildren. Now the family rotates who does holidays. it is her time to host Thanksgiving. I gave her a text asking what time I should be over and if she wants me to bring anything. She told me I wasn't invited, but my husband is. I talked it over with him and we decided to host our own. I informed the other kids what happened and I will have dinner at my place if they want to go. Well, none of the other kids are going now, and I am now getting texts from her and my son saying that I'm acting like a jerk and to cancel my Thanksgiving. Okay, so here's a mini update. I sent a text with screenshots about not being invited to my son, and according to him, he didn't know I wasn't invited and thought I was hosting to piss off his wife. He sent texts that confirmed that. I have called daughter-in-law to ask about how he presented the paternity test and if they were exclusive at the time. No pickup, so I will ask over text and give my side of the story. I'll inform you when she responds. I guess this is after the text, but yeah. I got thrown under the bus and they were on a break when she got pregnant. Apparently they dated for like 2 months, had a break, became F-buddies again, got back together. Then she found out she was pregnant. He presented it as me forcing him to have the test. So yeah, they're going to deal with that now. It's really funny, this one, because it's like daughter-in-law is just being petty. But to be fair, OP had a point. It's just, I guess, the son decided to throw his mum under the bus. And for all this time, obviously knows why his wife doesn't like his mum, but decided not to clarify it. I guess that's why he said for her to drop it when they first met. But yeah, what do you guys think? It's just flaming drama. Let's just throw in one more story in there for good measure. So AITA for telling my husband his parents can't stay for 5 days. I, 25 female, told my husband, 28 male, that Wednesday to Sunday is too much for his parents to stay for just for Thanksgiving. He said that was unfair because he doesn't get to see them that often. For context, his parents live about 2 hours away and he could literally see them whenever he wanted. His parents also have a history of visiting and extending their stays without asking. Additionally, he claimed it isn't fair because we see my parents so frequently, who only live about 20 minutes away in the next town over, which I felt was unrelated as I never pressure him to see my parents. Most times I go to see them or spend time with them alone, and he has the option to join or not. I try to explain that this isn't a competition or a personal slight against his parents. I just don't want company for that long, especially when that would be the entire time I have off from work. I've been working long hours lately and was excited about time off to decompress, which was a big part of me bringing this up. Long story short, he thinks I'm being unfair and should let them stay for however long they like. So without more rambling on, am I the a-hole for this? Edit. I just wanted to answer some reoccurring questions. I deep clean before they come and do the maintenance cleaning while they're here. I usually just ask him to make their bed and get them clean towels. I cook nearly every time they stay and handle the groceries, and he can cook breakfast or dinner for one of the days. But sometimes he cooks more. He does not inform me of their plans and never has. He might casually mention they're coming to stay the week off, but he never says how long or in advance. This has happened several times. This is the first time I've ever asked him to stay for a shorter time. They are very much welcome. I just asked them to leave Friday or Saturday morning. What do you guys think? I think guests when it is your only time off is ridiculous. Like the entire time as well. But what do you guys think about guests staying and how long they should stay for? Anyway, that brings us to the end of today's video.